Okay, we are live now. Let's welcome Mr. Aijaz Moinuddin, who is actually standing for Wyndham Council Elections 2024. So let me play the video to start. Wow, that's very interesting video, sir.
Thank
Nice
you.
to
Thank
know
you.
your work through photographs and with this beautiful video presentation. Now, Izaz,
Yeah.
just talk about yourself and why you are standing for elections in October 2024.
Yeah. See, basically, I want to empower the communities. As you know, especially the West has been uh, overlooked for quite decades now, and especially if you see Wyndham is migrating population, and we are one of the fastest growing, and we need to be addressed accordingly. But with the current approach of the current governments and the current council, they are not addressing the issues which the new generation or the migrant people are coming to them, and they're making the Wyndham as a home. So to address those opportunities, empower with them the appropriate knowledge, give them the proper infrastructure, help them out getting to the new life on Australian way of life. That's my whole vision for the Wyndham and for the people who are coming, who call Wyndham as a home for them. So basically, I'm here for almost 10 years now in Wyndham, and I started my first job when I came from Sydney. I studied in Sydney. I came back here, and I call myself just like 94 other thousand people in Wyndham call their home. So I'm one of them. So yeah, it's a great place to live
So
out
you
here.
got a tagline there displayed on the TV channel now. I stand against the inappropriate development. That's what you said. Is that your words and campaign for this election?
Yeah, of course. See, inappropriate development. When I say that thing is that, for example, in the group there is the uh, a shopping center needs to be established 4 years back, and which hasn't been done, which
Hmm.
concerns me because the I don't know, there might be some threshold household, but right now if you see the population over there, there is none other empty land to be sold out. That means the group properties has been sold out without the shopping center. You can imagine the people are going traveling for the small basic meal,
So,
meal
so
bread and
shall we say that you are addressing the challenges of infrastructure in your ward? Which ward you are standing?
so basically, Brinbeal Ward, as you know, the Wyndham got 11 wards this year. This is the first time Wyndham is having. Before we had only 3 wards. Now we got the 11 wards, where each ward will have an individual councillor for that. So I am standing from the Brimble ward. Basically, it is Tarnet Hole, which is we are trying to address the Tarnet because this is one of the fastest, as I said, it's one of the fastest growing residents. So I want to address the infrastructure, roads, connectivity, parks, and facilities in Tarnet, and especially in Wyndham overall.
Right. Sir, what profession you are into? And have you done any voluntary work with the local communities?
Yeah, I'm from the IT background. I have been working as a public consultant, IT consultant with the public transport, as a full time there. And also, I'm a business and entrepreneur. So I've
Yeah.
been doing a lot of work around that. And during that process, I'm also been volunteer with ASRC, which is Australian Asylum Seeker Resource Center and Red Cross. And also, I volunteer for the Cricket Australia. So I've been working a lot of in volunteering, gaining a lot of experience, and I have learned through these volunteering challenges how the people of the new
Right.
immigrant moving families
Hmm.
face the challenges in Australia. So that's my learning learning ground, which is my passion as well. So that has incubated into me. Yeah.
Right, sir. Now, what is your vision to build for Brinbeal Ward as a councillor if you win as an independent candidate? And that is one question. And I do have another question. Why you want to stand as an independent candidate?
See, I will address that first question. Independent
Yes.
candidate is because the fresh voice is needed. Currently, if you see especially if you see the people in the Allen government or the previous Labour governments, which has overlooked historically the Wyndham. Uh, if you see the schools infrastructure, it's not up to the mark which it has to be done 10 years back. Number of schools with shortfall. There is no education hub here, no
Yeah.
university here. And if you see people in Tarnet are traveling 30 minutes to catch a bus, and
Hmm.
from there they are catching the train. You can imagine, and so many people has lost the jobs, and so
Hmm.
many people are trying, regardless of the weather. You can imagine. So those sort of things I am addressing connectivity. So there is a ongoing petitions.
So in
Your viewers can go and sign there, which is with
yeah.
the legislative council, which is specifically to address the uh, transportation facility to the station itself. At least
Right.
if they can reach to the station within a time with a reliable transport, that will help them a lot and it will boost the economy. Now people are losing jobs, students are not going to schools, education is affected, work is
Hmm.
affected, economically
Hmm.
affected, and you can see the families are living in stress. And I heard one of the families are moving out of those areas because they can't, the students are they could stop going school now because of these irregularities, and it's still challenging and it's very sad story for them.
Right. Right. So, what are the three pillars you're going to bring to Brimble Ward?
See, my three pillars are not only for Brimble but whole Wyndham overall. My three pillars are education, economy, and eco-friendly city. Education, education. There is a Wyndham educational goal, which is through the primary, foundation, and those sort of things. And there
Right.
is also educational goal which need to be addressed nationally. But also, if you see Wyndham got 35% of the population is below age 35
Hmm.
and 15% of the population plus they got the territory qualification. Now with these three principles, with three core principles, I want to tap that potentiality of these people, of this population residents who wants to take higher education. And if you see in Australia, over higher education jobs are almost 35% jobs are in the future, and the current will be the highly qualified people. And
Hmm.
Wyndham, one of those I'm thinking will be positive and a productive place if the federal government and the state government can invest in the education because of the population, because of the what we have, the potentiality, the age group limit. This will be one of the top resource center for the Australia. So I want to tap that. I want to bring that place, Wyndham, as an educational hub in Australia. So it will be serving as a resource center in future for the IT, medical, and also for the other uh, education requirements. And I want to get each and every kid, whether regardless of wherever lives in Australia, he
Hmm.
need to have access right to education. So you can imagine, I'm thinking of the people who not even living here in Wyndham. I want each and every kid in Australia to have that high quality education. So therefore I'm starting another petition where uh, it will be for the digitalization of
Hmm.
these kids with the state government. That petition will is in the review right now, and that will be help these students to learn with their own pace.
But how
So
can you lobby this? Like whatever you said, You
Yeah.
need a lot of network and lobbying skills, and you need to have maybe you need to have volunteering team working for you. So what are your strengths from that side of growth for your ward?
See, uh, every member right now, whatever I've said, every member in the ward has signed that petition. So
Right.
imagine, so for me, if I ask them, there will be thousands of people on the street. We were organizing a rally when we started a safety petition, and have been organizing a rally there, and thousands of people were supposed to join. We didn't got the permission. So
Yeah.
there is, so voluntary wise, people wise, there is huge community support, and I'm really thankful. I'm glad I had that. People trust me, and they come along the road, and there were several emails to the Wyndham Council and the Tarnet North Police Station to grant
Mm,
that permission to rally. Imagine, it's a rally. People, how many thousands of people were ready to come on the roads, and we were able to do that safety petition with the Wyndham Council and also
mm,
the Victoria Police. So what happened that with that safety initiatives, there are many uh, people has got people things has been addresses. People have been notified. Education safety measures has been given. So it was very productive in regards of the community.
excellent. Sir, sounds very promising, but I have a direct question for you.
Okay.
How do you hold these estate developers accountable for the promises what they are doing?
See, it strategically, see the planning, the council is the planning. So when the planning stage itself gets, what happens, there is a needs of the community. For example, there is a need of community for certain place where disabled people require a park. So those sort of engagements needs to be implemented at the beginning. And
Mm,
every developer has a 2 years responsibility to keep that development and manage the development, the
mm,
nature strip and the parks. And if you see current the parks, after 2 years they're collapsing. The infrastructure whatever they put in the park is
mm,
just like for 2 years, which it
mm,
should be for minimum age. There should be a minimum age, minimum
mm,
quality, and they should, if something goes wrong, they should be able to come back and fix. So that's not happening right now. That's not
mm,
happening. So we have to take when the beginning of the from the planning, because it goes with the strategic planning. And
mm.
strategic planning means they should also have some strategies where they need to come into the table when they are developing, so the future needs are addressed. It's not just like a sell and go.
So, what is
We
the top strategy you have uh, to support your economy development, and you also said education growth,
Yeah,
and then eco-friendly, right?
yeah.
So all those three things, if someone asks you with one strategy, what is that strategy you have for the voters? Why they have to vote one for you?
See, the vision for me is to bring that three pillars into implementation and execution. So that strategy for me is to incorporate education and digitalize the business, and digitalize the business and the local business. With that, we will have the local jobs, we will
Hmm,
have the infrastructure developed, we will have more funding available for the Wyndham, because
hmm,
new projects will start coming into that. And when I say eco-friendly, there is almost there's all a petition which has been carried out by the Wyndham Council, where I have requested them to plant useful trees on the nature strips.
hmm,
By not adding cost to the residents, I want to divert the existing cost to the useful trees. So, which will create a green canopy of useful trees instead
hmm,
of the trees and the other trees. And also we have to be taken care of these community gardens. The funding has been there is no funding available, so the community gardens will at some point will be exhausted, and there will be no funding available. As you can know, without government pocket putting some share in it, the community cannot run those programs. So that's why I came up this with the strategy for the green canopy. And I want to digitalize the businesses and provide that support, local support, from the council point of view. So someone wants to start a small business, just like one other guy who lives next door, want to start a soap business,
hmm.
and he needs some support. So how can we support him? So we have to think of the small micro businesses which can help the Wyndham and also create local market. There is no local market here. Only the Saturday market comes into that. That is just like something else. But we need to, as a community market, there is none. So we have to come as a community where the local businesses are prioritized, where
Hmm.
businesses are helped, and residents are aware of it. This business, whatever the money is, will be in within the Wyndham, and it will be sent for the Wyndham infrastructure development. So those
So
sort of
you need a lot of engagement and inclusivity where you have to consult the local families. So far, are you doing that? And how many families you approached? And what's the plan for it in the next 20 days of campaign or
so
15 days?
see almost 8,000 homes lives in Brinbeal.
Yeah.
So throughout the year, I might have knocked so many houses and I have dropped so many leaflets. I've met so many residents.
Hmm.
So you can't imagine. So my 10K is just like
So
in
when you
this.
said throughout the year, have you done
Yeah,
the campaign for whole year?
yeah. I've started my campaign in January. So I've been
Okay.
working. So I've been working since then. So the people. So I was meeting each and every individual in the parks. I've met people in the parks. I met to the in the cultural events. I went to the events everywhere where there is possibility to meet the people and understand the problems. I went to the horticultural festival, which is
Yes.
by the way, which is Wyndham. I learned so many things. So it's
Hmm.
just like a two-way communication.
Hmm.
It's just like
Hmm.
not giving me and also getting the feedback and also to learn what is required in the community. So it's just not like I'm just given up from 6 months continuously. I'm on this one, so
Yeah,
it's just huge work going on. Yeah, on the
I know.
ground. Yeah.
Right. So now, why do you think this interview with me is going to be reaching to the community? Like, what do you want to achieve by having this interview?
So first thing I want to iterate the message. See, these council elections is a crucial council elections,
Yes.
and each and member who is eligible to vote must vote and must
Hmm.
vote with the proper knowledge. I want That's what my whole purpose is, because the voting in the name of friend, voting in the name of known doesn't help, because that will not help for the long term, because we all came here for the future of our kid, for ourselves first, ourselves, then our kids. Right now,
Hmm.
if you see, you are suffering because there is lack of leadership, lack of communication, and lack of knowledge. So
Hmm.
that right now, if you can address, okay, if you can pick a team of Wyndham Council who can deliver the community objective. That's the whole goal. I'm not asking you. He might be existing counselor, or he might be one of the guy
Hmm.
who can deliver the community objective. Ask those guys to come up, support them. I'm asking them, everyone,
Hmm.
support
Hmm.
them, so that it's each and everyone, because it's not an individual role. This is
Hmm.
community role. It's top.
Hmm.
Local government is one of the closest government in Australia where people can interact directly. If you go to the
Hmm.
state federal government, you can't have much interaction, but this is the direct impact where it will be on day-to-day lives. So I ask
Okay.
each and every one of you, with through your viewers and everywhere I'm going, just be vote wisely, make your vote count, so that it is beneficial not only you but also the future of this window.
Amazing. Now, final question before we finish this video podcast live, which is happening where a lot of people are watching now.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
just want to ask you, what are those three inappropriate developments which you have observed recently?
See, there is the internet not, there is the development of 60 houses which got only one exit. So you can imagine the people are waiting, it's on the highway. I don't know how that sort of thing is done, and those residents have to wait 15 minutes just to cross on the road, just
Right.
to go on the road. And
Hmm.
you can imagine there is no, and in the plan there is no bus stop even there designed, no red signal is designed.
Okay. Good.
So
This is for
how
infrastructure.
this is yeah, this is how this is possible.
And what about for education? Like, what is that inappropriateness happen for education industry, internet in your council?
See, there is not schools enough. Recently we got the Brinbeal Ward, which is recently got the school Brinbeal. which is the Brinbeal Ward. That's where the Brinbeal Ward is named after that school. But if you, I was meeting a family here. He got four kids. One of the kid go to Tarnet Rice, and the other two kids go, and two kids are waiting. 4 years they have to wait.
Hmm.
And in the school, they are the Victorian government has the 14 students per teacher. Now we have 26 students per class in Wyndham. So you can imagine how many schools are required here. And also there is a plan by the Victorian government to enhance the population, which is almost 500,000 in coming years. So there should be this council election will dictate what is the future of the Wyndham will look like. Without proper
Hmm.
school, hospitals, if we move in that direction, we are what do you call killing ourselves, to be honest. With lack of infrastructure, lack of schools, lack of hospitals, how can we survive? The life will be chaos, because right now people who are coming in and out of the city is taking 30 minutes to go to M1. So how is this
Hmm.
possible? Because there's no existing in and out,
Hmm.
and there is no problem. This need to be addressed
And
ASAP basis.
right, sir. Thank you for joining this interview, my dear viewers from Tarnet and Brimville Ward community. We wish you good luck. Vote wisely. And Aziz has got a campaign. He has got three pillars, what he explained to all of you now. If you like to vote one for Aziz, good luck. Sorry, Izaz. All the best, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Just vote one and see what's the best candidate suits in your ward, because these elections is a crucial. That will set path for next coming 50 years, to be honest with you, because this is the tilting point of Wyndham. Thank you very much.
Thank you.